I have started the stream. I just want to see if it was working, but I still need to get an invite. And we are live. Sorry about the technical difficulties, boys. But we are back for Tier 3 Round 4 at Hungary tonight. And I'm here today with Scotty. Scotty, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So at least we've been able to actually stream, which was weird because I started up my personal account and checked a broadcast and I could broadcast it there. So yeah, no idea what happened. But we're back live now, and luckily enough, we've still got just over 4 minutes of quali, which will be good to see as we see Sergeant Potato currently on pole by just under 2/10 from Gordo and Native Yarn, the reserve. But yeah, going to be a little bit different this afternoon because Blues, you're going to be the main footage tonight. So
Boston has just gone first fastest with a 116.6, just in front of Gordo.
Yeah, 200. So good lap from Bobden in the Aston Martin. We did see him do okay last time out in Spa. Obviously had that issue under the last safety car restart, but he did manage still a top position, I believe. P6 he still got, so he's still fifth in the driver's standings. Izzy Bro is top of the driver's standings. He was investigated for that safety car breach we saw last week. However, it was a penalty was applied but then appealed, so he maintains his win, and Blue Dog maintains his third place as well. Deadly Fuller has retired from the session, and that's in pit lane from the look of it.
Yeah, as I am on board with Izzy Bro right now. Obviously the minimap can be a bit deceiving, but it says he's gone purple in both the first and second sector, so we'll see what kind of lap this is going to be. I assume it is going to be a very quick lap.
Yeah, exactly. As we see across the line, he does jump up into P2, and again, look how close the gap is between the top three. So Izzy Bro won't have enough time to come into the pit, so if he can somehow save a lot of battery, he may be able to do a final run. But yeah,
Verk on a lap, I believe.
He's coming around to the second sector line, but that's super wide. But he does go purple. I don't know if you should really get away with that, but we'll keep following his lap. He needs to find just over 0.4 of a second to sneak onto pole position. So we'll see if he's actually got that much time in the final sector. As he comes across the line now, activate DRS at the end. He does improve, but actually stays 6. He didn't move up.
Yeah, might not be too happy with that lap there.
So I think we've got a lot of these guys about to start their final flyer. P-Max just coming around the final corner now. He's moved up 3 positions and is just into the top 10 on a 17.2.
So I believe we have Richo Jr. on a lap.
Oh. And I just saw, I was on Sandro Pro, and he's just spun last corner, so you've got to be very careful about the rejoin. As he just spins in front of the Aston, or the Aston had to take avoiding action.
That was very close, got that on stream.
Oh
my God! What has just happened there? Sandro is just fully
These
lost
guys
it in
have
front
really
of
got to
him.
watch out. Oh, and that's a Ferrari gone.
Oh, and
That's
that's a
Blue Dog.
ginormous crash.
So these guys coming around have to be super careful.
Everyone else should
Luckily
make it
enough,
through
there is you.
unscathed.
Yeah, luckily enough, you've got the aisleway on the left-hand side of the track. We haven't seen the checkered flag yet, so the cars are starting to clear. But yeah, that was really unlucky with Blue Dog. So yeah, unfortunate. And as we saw,
now.
so obviously you
Gorda?
caught. So you got the footage there. So that may be a bit of an
got that on
incident.
stream.
Yeah. We'll quickly check P-Max in the pits. He's invalidated his final run.
I've got on board with Gordo. He's the next person to cross the line. Seems to be about half a tenth up.
Can he move further up? Obviously, DNF'd last week just because his wheel disconnected, but he was right up there in the battle for the top three. He does move up into P4. Again, just behind the top three. Look how close it is between the top four. UCAT currently coming around the final corner now. So we'll see if he can get himself any closer to the top. Does move up a position, 16.9 in the 7th. What about the two Alpha Romeos? Rat Bag couldn't improve, and Shadow, he's slightly up. Does improve by 0.2, but not enough to move to the next position up. Ads is about even on his lap. So I think he'll be the final driver. But I think he's still burning, so he's going to finish this last lap. We'll see what he can do. Needs to find 0.2 to move up at least a position. He does find it, and he squeezes himself into the 10.
Well, that was an interesting qualifying for the 5 minutes we got, I've got to say.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a couple of drivers that won't be too happy about a couple of things that happen in those last couple of minutes. As I will just get the screenshot. But as we said, Bompton got the right there. Sergeant Potato and Gordo line up on the second part of the grid, but you can just see how close it is, 300ths between the top four drivers. So being that this is a super hard track to pass with its 14 turns, and realistically the only move that you're going to get is at turn 1 or a switch back into turn 2. So as we know, passing very difficult around here. So we'll see how these guys go.
Yeah, only, as you said, only about not even half a tenth between the top four, and then another half a hundredth between the top four, and then about half a tenth between 11th to 1st, and then a second from 1st to 15th. So it's quite tight, it seems to be.
Yeah, as we load in, just wait for a couple more drivers, but yeah, really good to see how close it is. And looking at the top 11 only within half a second as well, even though it is a shorter track, 16.6. Obviously, we had 4 drivers into it, so it'll be good to see. We have got a cloudy race, I believe, looking at the race briefing, so it should be a good one. And it'll be interesting to see about strategy as well, depending on which way people go. Alright, as we load in now. So as the final drivers get their setups on, just with the weird way, I will be out on track for this formation lap anyway. So, but as I said, as long as we don't have any collisions on the start, get these cars' tyres warmed up.
What are you doing in the formation now? Aren't you a tier 1 driver? You're on the wrong team,
Hey,
mate.
Pincher went in tier 3, especially with how competitive tier 1 is at the moment, so...
What is he doing back there? Yeah, that's true.
As it's actually a long way, I've got to wait before the formation lap to get started, but as I said, as we look at the tyres, so a bit of a difference, and actually a lot of the cars behind in the lower half of the 10 go on the hard tyres, so they want to go longer. But I think the smart play from the top 3, medium tyres, you want to try and get the jump off on this start because you want clear out the front, and you can and it's a lot easier to defend on this track than what it was last week at Spa.
Is Shadow already disqualified? I'm not sure what happened there, but we're not even through the first. We've only just got past the first sector, or the leaders have.
Yeah, exactly, and obviously his tyres will be nice and stone cold, but so that hurts him. Currently in 17th spot, so we'll get a slow start, but might be a blessing in disguise because we have seen a little bit of carnage down at turn 1 with how it's with the hairpin, how it narrows up.
Yeah, and a lot of spins last night, so you never know, he might be up there by the end of lap 5.
Yeah, we saw him do really well on the start, did have a little bit of an incident later on in the lap. But as we saw, 3 safety cars last week, we can get a few safety cars. I know these tracks tend to be called the Monaco without walls, but if you have a spin, the walls aren't exactly far away for you to hit, so...
It's only a couple meters of runoff and then you're hitting the walls, so...
As we got Nato Bian, he's had a spin and's been disqualified from the session, so having a little bit of a spin out of 13, as we got Sergeant Potato as well disqualified. So just a few of these guys either having a few spins on the formation lap or just not finding the grid box and just going slightly over. But I'll leave it with you to take us off the start.
Let's do it. I'm going to hop aboard with Gordo in P4 on the hards. And lights out, and away we go. We're having a shit camera right here, but seems like everyone's got away pretty well. Gordo's getting swamped, and into turn 1, Bopton keeps his lead with is everyone second, as everyone behind him seems to have gone away not too bad.
Yeah, seem fairly clean at the back. How we've got a 2 or 3 at the back, a little bit of contact, but everyone's sort of facing the right way, which is good to see.
Yeah, it seems like ads has dropped down quite a lot from P10 down to P17.
So the medium runners all getting away, which they wanted to.
Go back up to the front. We got Bopton from Izzy Bro, from Sergeant Tato, from Gordo. Managed to keep in 4 from those hards. From Rico Jr. and Xverk in P6. Followed by the 2 AlphaTauris of Cat and Tetris. P-Mac and Cool Boy rounding up the top 10.
Exactly, they're going really well, but as you can see, just it's single file through the second sector at the moment. But Bompton, he got the start that he wanted. Izzy Bro right behind him. Bompton actually nearly getting a second as well off of Izzy Bro, so he wants to try and maintain that and try and get out of DRS range before start of lap 3. As Bompton does set the fastest lap of the race. As
Rico is very close to the back of Gordo right now, trying to go around the outside into turn 1. Can he make the move stick? No, I think he's just tucks back in. Oh, is he's gone a bit wide? Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say retire in the pit lane after lap 1, as there's a little bit of a battle into turn 2. Turn 3 I should say, so Gordo, Cho and Burke, currently line astern. As we've still got all 19 drivers that have officially started this track.
Sorry, cut you off there. Yeah, Scotty.
No, all good.
Pit lane.
So yeah, it's all still good. Oh, and that's a Haas in the wall. So, and is he out? No, but he's lost his entire front wing. So, if you're a Haas team member, probably not the best look. Even though my retirement wasn't official, we will say that. But Sandro hitting the wall, so he'll be in for a front wing, so he'll be on the hards.
Oh, virtual, sorry.
No, virtual. So this will help mitigate any time loss, but he's still going to be a mile off the pack.
Yeah, he can barely turn with no wing.
So, that wasn't I'm pretty sure that wasn't a reset to track unless I looked away when he did it. But
No,
he'll be back in.
He did a flick spin. He was
Yeah, all good. So that's flick spin. But the top three have actually got a decent gap actually.
Yeah,
compared to Gordo. And we've got a little side-by-side action. Oh, that was close. I think Gilcat was actually looking for the bit of the jump on the restart, but couldn't quite get there. As, yeah, still not quite enough for overtaking. Cool Boy was having a look at Blue Dog, but couldn't quite do it at turn 3.
But DRS did get enabled to slap, obviously, because under VSC. Oh, we have another
flag.
spin.
That's Cool Boy. It's Cool Boy. And he's in the wall.
Front 4, I believe that is.
Yeah, front wing's still intact, so hopefully he hasn't got any damage.
And he spins again.
Yeah, just with the tyres, so cooking those rears up. So he's got to be a little bit careful for the next couple of corners. As Sandro Pro does come in, and he did put on another set of mediums, so he'll go boxing again as Cool Boy is around again.
Not the best look for the recently acquired Red Bull driver in Tier 3.
Yeah, exactly, just sort of a bit of frustration on Cool Boy's part. Just trying, and he's around again. He's just got to cool the tyres down and then just keep going. They'll be right in half a lap. He's just got to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to hit the wall and bring out a safety car.
You are dead correct, as Richo is looking for a move on Gordo down into turn 3. Oh, as he's been spun around. I have a very bad angle for that, but Richo falling down now. Okay, seems to have spun his car back around. And
yeah, but his issue as well is warm tyres from the rejoin, and he spun again. So he's going.
There was ads, sorry.
Yeah. So he missed the wall. So, and there was a bit of contact further up with Nato Bien as well. So just a bit of contact in this early stage, and it's already spread out the field. But the top 3 are loving this. Nearly 4-second gap to Gordo and P4. So they just need to break away.
As Bopton has just broken the DRS of Izzy Bro. I think he would have broken it just then, but we'll see if Izzy Bro burns down the straight.
Yeah, Bompton got the fastest lap, but Izzy Bro right behind him. Straight away gets it back.
Now this is a turn 1 to turn 2 is a joint DRS zones, so I don't think Izzy Bro will get DRS this lap. He'll have to wait till next lap.
Oh, and Burke going around the outside of Gordo. Can he hold on? Bit of contact there. Oh, and he nearly gets on the curb. I think he had to back out of that a little bit, so Gordo holds the position. But Burke nearly made the move successful. It's just a tight line to carry speed through turn 3. So it just makes it a little bit hard. So Gordo, as we've got Sandro, unfortunately spun around again. But Gordo on those hard tyres, he's holding up this pack massively. So you can just tell the difference between a medium tyre and a hard tyre at the start of this race.
Yeah, as Izzy Bro is now within 6/10 of Bopton up the front.
Oh, and P-Max sends a move down the inside, and there's contact between him and Tetris. So PMAC, that was definitely probably not quite up far enough. Luckily enough, Tetris didn't lose too much time, but PMAC, he lost to Blue Dog and has to recover because he's got Ratbag and Deli Fuller behind him, as I think that is Sandro Pro in the pits retiring. So unfortunately for the Haas team, 2 Haases out of the race by lap 6.
Not exactly what you want if you are Jacko at the moment with
exactly.
his team.
Yeah, unfortunately, the reserve Haas driver couldn't get in, and then Sandro Pro, unfortunately, just not his day. So hopefully he can come back next week. But yeah, this fight for 4th and 5th is going well. But Izzy Bro right behind Bompton now as well.
I mean, you would have thought that Tier 1 driver that hopped on the Haas seat would have done a bit better than getting 20th, but...
I thought about rushing through the field, but the last thing I need is to take somebody out, so...
Yeah. Can't be getting a quali band in a T, you don't even race them.
Yeah, exactly, so I thought better not. And it'd be a bit too hard to commentate and race, but we'll have a look. Easy Bro right behind Bompton. He's just about ready to bloody get this move done, I reckon. But he's got absolutely no ERS, and Bompton has got 50% to burn, but Izzy Bro's still closing up. Will he go the inside? He will. So job done, but can Bompton have the switch back? No, Izzy Bro's covered that as well, and he'll get the second set of DRS, being that there's only one detection zone, so you get DRS down the main straight and out of turn 1.
As Verk has got Gordo as well, so maybe Verk will try to push out of the DRS zone of Gordo. Maybe try to catch up to his teammate Sergeant Potato, but Verk has no ERS, he is blinking.
Yeah, exactly, but lap 7 already, so I'm wondering if the hard tyres will start to come to Gordo now with the guys in front, so might be a little bit tricky for Verk to actually get away, as we've got Richo sending the move down on Shadow before turn 2. So Richo into 14th spot, just behind his teammate, bloody who cares, who's about 5 seconds up the road. Bloody who cares, first person to get a penalty tonight.
Probably the first of many, to be fair.
Yeah, very easy to go wide at a few of these corners and easily pick them up, especially at the corner that we saw the mid-pack going through. And it is a little bit easy to go wide at the final corner as well. But Bompton currently behind, yellow flag, that is.
Had a bit of a moment, maybe had a bit of a spin.
Yeah, a bit of a spin, easily to do through that corner as well, turn 11. If you slightly hit the curb on the inside, can send the car around, as we've got PMAC and Blue Dog battling. PMAC getting past Blue Dog, but Blue Dog thinking about the move back up the inside. Not quite. The DRS helping PMAC there. Yeah, that was a better move from PMAC. That time ran, and he's got about 2 seconds to catch back up to the car that he was fighting a few laps ago. As Izzy Bro hasn't sort of got away from Bompton. About 6/10 of a second, so Bompton still hanging in there, as well as Sergeant Potato. He just lost the back of Bompton, so he'll need to close up a couple of tenths to get back in within DRS. He wants to hold on to these two as much as he can.
Yeah.
Izzy Bro got a nice exit through there. DRS from Bompton, he's not burning, so he knows he wasn't close enough coming out of the final corner, so just happy to sit behind him for the time being. Izzy Bro is the one at the front that's got the least amount of ERS by far compared to the two behind, but he's doing alright to hold them off at the moment. Verk hasn't been able to shake off Gordo just yet, but he's starting to be able to get some of his ERS back as well. So, as we got
Battle Cat, yeah, he's only about just under 1.3 seconds behind the battle for 4th. So, and
exactly
his cars only start to come alive.
And yeah, Bloody Who Cares had team orders, let Richo through, and now there's side-by-side contact with Shadow and Bloody Who Cares. Bloody Who Cares ran wide at turn 1, just got the curb, but he's burning a lot of ERS to send it up the outside of Shadow. Will he make the move down? He actually does, make Shadow back out of it, so a nice recovery from Bloody Who Cares after letting his teammate through. Fastest lap is by Easy Bro. He's currently got a 1:23.65, about a tenth quicker than the next person, which is Sergeant Potato. Oh, and that's super wide from Bloody Who Cares. So haven't had the greatest lap so far. Wide again at 10. Shadow Bro thinks about the inside. Oh, and there's more contact further down the field. So we know, watching Bompton at the moment, those two still fighting together, but there's definitely a fiercely contested battle down the back. Oh, Bloody Who Cares touches the little bit of the wall. Ad's ready to pounce. Coming down the final, down the front main straight, I should say.
Definitely not the
As
third line,
Bloody... Oh, Bloody thought about it, just not quite far enough, but Shadow went a little bit wide, so as they're side by side. Oh, Shadow got on the curb a little bit, but Bloody Who Cares. Yeah, a little bit of shoving, but Bloody Who Cares didn't get the best eggs out either, so they'll stay positioned. Shadow, I reckon, finally gets that position. Oh, Shadow, Bloody Who Cares, kind of all over the shop. Needs to find his rhythm once again, and Ad's right on the back of him. What do you think about? Oh, he cheekily thought about it, hoping that Bloody would make a mistake, but not quite. That's his second. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Yeah, Bloody gets out of the way for Ads. Whether Bloody Who Cares just can't find his rhythm, maybe a little bit of damage, but yeah, sort of lets the guys behind through. Otherwise, there may have been a bit of an accident. So it's probably a smarter move, find his rhythm. As we've actually got a contested battle, Blue Dog and Ratbag for 9th place as well. So Ratbag got close to Blue Dog, not quite close enough.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a train forming behind Blue Dog right now, from about 9th to 13th, or 12th, sorry. Quite heated, contestedly heated.
Exactly. Lead at the front while we're waiting is about half a second, so but the top two have actually dropped Sergeant, so Sergeant just struggling a little bit with his medium tyres, I reckon, now, and Bompton and Easy Bro just pulling away. So another battle for the podium for these two, as Easy Bro is burning down the straight. He seems to be burning down that front straight all the time, going to 0 and then saving up about 15% ready for the next lap. So he definitely wants to maintain the lead. Bompton, maybe just not quite the straight line speed or the exit out of the final corner to have a real go at him at the moment. So I'm just wondering if you're from Bompton, as we got a yellow flag. I think that's Cool Boy around. It is. He's got about 10. He's got about 10 seconds before the leaders catch him. So you just have to be a little bit careful, and then the leaders should see that on the mini map as well. So they'll just take a little bit of care around the lap cars now. But yeah, maybe an idea for Bompton to maybe pit a little bit early. But it depends on, because this track's so hard, you don't want to come out into traffic, so you just try and extend as long as you can.
Yeah, it seems like Gordo is quite close to the back of Verk as well. Seems like those mediums are going off and those hards are starting to come in. As we have Duke only about a second behind as well.
Yeah, so will Gordo think about a move this time by? You know, he's under half a second, which is sort of what you need.
First able to go that close to that curb. That curb's a bit of an auto spin at times.
Yeah, exactly. About even out of the last corner. Bloody who cares picks up another 3-second time penalty, so he's up to 9. He said he doesn't really like this track, and I think it's sort of showing it. He's just struggling with it a little bit tonight, so he's still in it, but obviously those penalties have really got to hurt him at the back end of the race when we finish, especially if we do have a late safety car. Gordo sort of held the gap. He's not burning to get past, as we've got Ads and Shadow fighting into turn 2. Shadow, I think, lets him go. Oh no, we got Ratbag.
And that's a safety car. Safety car is out. Now that is big.
So yeah, as we've seen already by a couple of drivers, turn 4 just being a little bit deadly. We haven't seen any DNFs there, but that's the second car that's hit that wall. Ratbag's lost his front wing, and we do have the safety car, which is perfect timing for all these hard runners, as we can see Izzy Bro and Bompton, they're coming in already. So no hesitation. Burke, he's actually got a double stack, but I think the 7-second gap, he should be right, shouldn't lose too much time.
Yeah, right, if you're now Juka and Tetris both staying out, or Tetris both
and that's close. Izzy Bro holds the lead, but he only just held the lead from Bompton coming out of pit lane, so it was very close. Nearly got the jump on him. Oh, and there's actually going to be a car in between the two on the restart as well, so this will hurt Bompton as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you're one of the hard runners, do you switch to the mediums to the end, channel your inner cuds and make those tyres last over 20 laps?
At least it's one of the easier tracks to defend, but 21 laps on a set of mediums is always going to be a tough job. If you can get the tyre life there, your only issue is that your last 5 laps are going to be super tough, considering that the hards will actually still be alright. So it's just trying to get that traction out of the final corner, and you could be a little bit vulnerable into turn 1. So that's the only issue about it. But these guys will try and stay out for another probably 10 laps if they push it, and maybe field will separate a little bit, they'll come back out, or maybe even hope for another safety car. But at least this gives time for people to catch back up. I think luckily for Coolboy as well, everybody is still on the lead lap too. So we did see Coolboy having that spin, nearly getting lapped, but that safety car actually came out at the right time for him, so he can catch back up at least to the back of this field if he can. But it will help the Red Bull driver. So he's still in it, and with the two guys in front having penalties, he can get his way back up the field. Oh, and there's contact between Blue Dog and PMAC again, I think. So Blue Dog's been spun final corner, and PMAC's been spun as well. So what is going on under safety car? So stewards will definitely be having a look at this, but yeah, we saw.
Been disqualified for going the wrong way. Wow.
Trying to flick spin it, but yeah, I think PMAX had contact with Blue Dog, spun Blue Dog around. But as I said, I caught that late on my screen, but as I said, Blue Dog. Yeah, and
second spin.
Yeah, that'd be 16th. So yeah, this is gonna have to be looked at. That may not have been contact, but it looked like there was when I was scrolling down the field. But Blue Dog won't be too happy with that. Obviously, getting the 3rd place last week, so he's dropped a few positions. He won't be happy with that. But we did see him bite through. But a lot harder track to make positions up on this one than we had last week, with a lot of long straights. So, as we look at the tyres that we can see, we've got 3 drivers yet to stop. Both AlphaTauris currently running 1 and 3, and then Ads currently in 9th. He's yet to stop as well. So he'll go long, try and maybe get a safety car at the end, so we can switch on a set of mediums and that's sort of the call. Looking late safety car, are you willing to give up track position for a new set of tyres, or do you think you can hang out and defend? But Cool Boy, he's nearly on the back of this pack, so he'll definitely catch up by the end. So he'll be on the back of this train, Native Yarn. He'll be on the back as well after making another pit stop. He's jumped onto the medium tyres as well, so he feels like they could go to the end. Gordo is our first runner on the medium P7, so he'll look to try and take the advantage early on.
Yeah, I think if he can early get past Sergeant Potato, Bopton, and then wait till Tetris and Duke at box, that I think he could be on a good chance of the podium here, Gordo.
Yeah, still net P5, of course, with the top two, with two of the top three yet to stop. But yeah, we did see that he was so close to getting pole, so he may have more speed, and we did see him struggle on the hards early on, but I reckon the medium tyre should work nicely for him. We've seen him have the pace. It's just whether or not he can actually get it done. It might be best to try and get at least Verk on this first lap, even without DRS. Depends on how everybody comes through the final corner, and I guess also when your Cat decides to go, as we should see safety car in this lap. So safety car in. So we'll see what the AlphaTauri does on the restart. So going quite slowly, letting the safety car get away. Oh, he's gone early.
Has gone very early.
Just got to make sure he's got the heat and the hards. I think he has, but Easy Bro's followed him, and Tetris is sort of holding up the guys behind. But Bompton may get this move done early on. But you've got to watch for Verk. Verk might think about making it 3 wide.
And he has.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact between the Aston and the AlphaTauri. That makes the AlphaTauri go a little bit wide. Tetris wants to fight this completely up the inside. Does he leave Verk to hang around, or Verk with the better tyres? He does get the move around the outside, but Sergeant Potato goes around the outside, and he gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles, unfortunately.
Izzy Bro's looking for the move on Ducat into his chicane. Oh no. Thinks better of it, backs out.
Yeah, Gilcat gave him a lot of room there, still side by side.
Is spun. We'll get back up to the leaders though, as Izzy Bro's putting insane pressure on Ducat right now.
Oh,
makes a nice move
close.
around the outside.
Yeah, he waited. Though. Yeah, definitely had a lot better traction. Does Sergeant Potato follow them through? They don't. Busy Bro was cautious about the couple of moves that he made, and then saw the move around the outside of 10, and he actually got it done. But fair play to Gilcat as well. He gave him enough room everywhere. So it was a nice little battle there. Just couldn't quite hold him off with the old tyres, and now Sergeant Potato right behind the AlphaTauri. So burning all of his ERS. So don't be surprised if we see a move down at turn 1.
Thought about it.
He definitely thought about it. Maybe needed to have a bit more as Verk gets past his teammate. So both
very deep, and Gordo's stuck it up the inside. Oh, backs out of it.
Yeah, so both AlphaTauri is causing a bit of issues for both McLarens. So both of the drivers would want to have gotten past to get some clear air, but unfortunately they're stuck behind now. And I reckon those hard tyres will get back up to temperature, so they'll be a bit harder to pass now. So, yeah, I think Verk and Sergeant Potato, I think it was their chances, but now they'll have to wait. But what this is doing, this is helping the top two get away. Sergeant Potato, he got a nice run through there, but just had a little moment on the curb, so his move won't be there as Gordo and Verk go side by side into 12. Oh, and Burke sends it up the inside of Gordo, trying to hold that position, but Gordo will have the inside line. We got the nose up there. I think Burke will have the better line out. Darius is enabled now. So Gordo slips back into his front car slipstream. Side by side going into turn 1. Trying the inside again. And he actually gets a better drive out. Burke maybe hitting that curb just a little bit.
Maybe those mediums also helping him out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So Gordo gets the move back on Burke. So now he's going to be the car that Tetris will have to fend off. Sergeant Potato. Oh, and there was a car in the background. And that's Ratbag. He had a spin out of 4 and he's lost his entire front wing.
And another safety car. So that has just given Tetris and Duke a get out of jail free card.
It has. They'll be at the back of the pack. But do we see any of the guys lower down maybe jump to a set of mediums? Because 15 laps on the mediums, they'll get you home. And as we're seeing earlier on, the pace that the mediums have, it's actually quite an advantage to have. So we'll see if they come in, but we should see the top 2 stay out. But yeah, interesting battle there. But yeah, this has worked out for both AlphaTauri's, I reckon. Maybe they might have wanted to go another couple of laps before that safety car. Maybe giving a couple of the others a bit of a think. This will hurt them though in terms of Tetris double stacking, but I don't expect to see a lot of other cars in, so it shouldn't hurt them too much. We do see Ads and Blue Dog. So Ads obviously had to come in and pit. Blue Dog, he might as well because he's mid-pack. We've got a few of the others. Not Cool Boy, Bloody Who Cares. Oh, Ratbag and Bloody Who Cares having a duel into pit lane, and both get 5-second speeding penalties.
So
they were two.
Silly, isn't it?
Yeah, that was 2. Oh, Bloody Who Cares? He's retired, so I think that penalty's had enough. I think he was about on 14 seconds of penalties. So he probably wouldn't have been able to move up many positions if he could. Blue Dog gets there. And we actually have Bloody Who Cares joined us in the comms box. Obviously not your race today.
Crickets. Well, let's get back to it. As we have Izzy Bro back, taking the lead, obviously.
And on top.
Yeah. Alright.
So yeah, just yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we'll let you go, Bloody Who Cares, and
no worries, mate.
Unlucky for tonight.
Good as gold. Have a good race, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye.
Alright. We'll go back to the bottom end of the field to Ads. Gilcat, currently in the 11th, is on the freshest medium tyres, so that actually hasn't worked out too bad for him. Tyres will be there, so if you can make some moves done early on, you might be right. But obviously, now Izzy Bro and Bompton, there is no car between them now, so we should have a straight fight at the end between those two as we just wait. So safety car, with the train being so close, fingers crossed we do have it in this lap. So Gordo, currently 7-lap-old mediums. He got the move done on Burke that he needed to. But they'll be pretty lifeless at the end, so if you can get a couple more moves done and try and hang on. But we'll quickly switch up, look at penalties. Sergeant Potato, obviously we saw that 3-second on that bit of going wide as he was fighting the AlphaTauri. Shadow, the 5-second for speeding in pit lane, and Ratbag, the 5-second for speeding in pit lane. Ratbag, the cause of that of this recent safety car, losing it out of turn 4, hitting the wall, losing his entire front wing. Turn 3, I should say, losing his entire front wing. That's brought out our second safety car of the afternoon, and we still got 14 laps to go. 16 drivers left in it. Gil had to pit because he hadn't made a stop yet. Both AlphaTauris hadn't made a stop, so that's the reason why we saw both of those guys in, because they hadn't made a pit stop because they started on the hards, and they didn't want to imagine box super early. As we've got passing again, what has happened to Verk? Oh, Verk's had an issue. He's had a spin, and he's had contact with Deadly Fuller as well.
Yeah, what is going on there?
Yeah, so that's unfortunate for him. We'll go back up to Izzy Bro, as Deadly Fuller's left the session, unfortunately. Izzy Bro. Alright, so Izzy Bro and Bompton got an alright start. Sergeant Potato was the one that struggled off the start on the hards, and Gordo looking around the outside. Couldn't quite get it done, but he's actually got the better drive on the outside line. And we'll see these two go side by side, nearly a little bit of contact. Can Potato do the exact same thing to what Gordo did to him? He can't, so Gordo, as we mentioned, needed to get the jump off the start, and he did. He's moved up one.
Alpha Romeo off in the background, I think that was Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow lost it the exact same place to his teammate that caused the recent safety car as well, so unfortunate for both the Alfa Romeo drivers, but they're still both in it, and they're still scoring points at the moment. So we'll stay back in. So it'll be interesting to see what happened between Deadly Fuller and Verk. But Verk, unfortunately, he's at the bottom of the field and quite a way away. So he definitely won't be happy with that. So we'll find out what happened there later on after this race. But Gordo, right on the back of the top two. He knows if he wants any chance of this win, he needs to get the move done now.
Yeah, just quietly, Christo's been having a very, I guess, underrated race in P5, just staying away from people, not trying to get in any incidents, but doing very well at the moment in P5 for the Aston team.
Yeah, exactly. He's been able to move up quite a bit as Richo and Deadly Fuller go side by side. Richo looks like to get the job done, cuts in front of him, and that's a move up. So Richo, he's actually doing a nice job as well.
Good recovery drive from him.
Yeah, exactly. We know he had issues early on. So Richo, he's only lost one spot from his starting position, but he's back up into the top 6 now. As we've got a bit of a train forming behind that battle. Still very close as Gilcat on those new medium tyres. Looking to get past Cool Boy. He's already moved up a couple of places after the 2 spins on the restart. And looking at the front, Bompton and Gordo still very close together. Can we see Bompton think about a move this time by? DRS is now enabled, but won't be until as we see the flag next time by. So just going to save at the moment. Gordo spent a lot of ERS to stay with these two. But with Bompton having DRS makes it a little bit hard as Cool Boy gets past Deadly Fuller now. So I don't know if Deadly Fuller's...
Cat looking... I'm going to sniff.
Oh, he thought about it. There's absolute chaos behind it. There's a bit of contact. Yeah, they just managed to sort themselves out there. And as you can see, from 7th down, we've got a massive fight on our hands. So Cool Boy gets past. I don't know if Deadly Fuller's back in the session. He may not be, but Gilcat, will he think about a move on the inside?
Oh,
a bit of contact there.
Who's that?
And that's Ads and Nadabian side by side. There'll be a yellow flag. Oh, who's that? Izzy Bro's around. Leader's around.
Oh, no. Izzy's around.
So, turn 11. So we've seen a couple of drivers go there, but Izzy Bro, he was leading on the hard tyres, and he's side by side with Blue Dog. Blue Dog gets past him. So, our race leader, he's had a spin, and we've got Shadow. Shadow's hit the wall. No, that looks right. I don't think he's hit the wall, but he's had another spin, but this has opened the door right to Bompton as Gordo and Sergeant Potato.
Oh, sends a massive dive bomb down the inside of Gordo. Gets the move done.
Gordo goes wide though, but he manages to come back up side by side, and Gordo gets the place back. So this helps Bompton. Oh, Sergeant Potato thought about the switchback. He's gone another switchback.
The switch on or switch back.
Yeah, switch on, switch back, switching each way. So they stay. So Ads gets past Ellie Fuller. And Tetris now gets past the Mercedes. So, yeah, I don't think... Oh, and there's a little bit of contact between Blue Dog and Deadly Fuller. So, Blue Dog will get the move done. Easy Bro's right behind him after his spin. So, yeah, I'm thinking Deadly Fuller's not back in his car, and that's an OI car. That's sort of why we got this little bit of a train happening.
Yeah, I think
As Ads picks up a 3-second time penalty after getting the move done. So, he's going to have to make a bit of headway up this field with those fresh mediums.
As Gordo has lost ERS to Bopton, so maybe those mediums are starting to drop off a little bit.
Oh, and we've had Ratbag had a bit of a moment coming around turn 13, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. And Nader Bjarn, he's had a spin final corner, but he's got to be careful about the rejoin, and he hits.
And he smacked
Ratbag. So that was a really poor rejoin by the reserve driver. We've got a VSC, now a full safety car. So this is going to be our third safety car. So what do these drivers do? But that's really unfortunate for Ratbag. Sort of had a bit of a moment, but yeah, Nader Bjarn having a spin final corner. He thought it was clear, but Ratbag coming through. So yeah, that was pretty poor. So unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver. But this safety car with the 9 to go. Blues, if I was you, what would I do?
I feel like if I'm Gordo Christo, I'm boxing. Maybe even if I'm the top 6, maybe my boxing for maybe even like a soft compound or at least a medium. I think I'd box in mediums if I was Gordo and Christo.
So you'd be risking... you'd rather risk losing a bit of track position. We know how hard it is to pass. We've seen some moves around here, but do you reckon you can make them back in the approximately 6 laps left we'll have when this safety car does come in?
Oh yeah, I mean, you're asking me, so of course I'm going to say I can.
Yeah, Christo's, he's listened to you though, he's come in.
Good man.
What does he come on though? Currently the only driver that has come in at the moment. No one else's box from what we can see. Like, it's a gamble from him because we're currently P5, I believe, and a bit of a far way off.
We thought those meds weren't gonna. Well,
yeah.
They were gonna be very nice at the end, at least. I feel like they'd last, but not be very nice.
I think that was a good call, and we've got Verk and Nader Bjarn all coming in. Shadow does stay out, so interesting call from me. I would have thought we would have seen him box, but he might box next time around if we do see the safety car. Stay out for one more lap. But yeah, obviously mixed thinking. So a couple of the guys have come in for mediums, but Verk, he's gone aggressive. He thinks the soft tyres can go to the end.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we saw Clark Cake absolutely tearing through the field when he got on his fresh mediums, when everyone else was on old tyres, so maybe Christo can do more of the same tonight.
Yep. Actually, also a good point. I think Verk did have a 5-second penalty. Did he? Yes, he did. So Verk not only getting on the softs, but obviously trying to get that 5-second out of the way. So that won't hurt him at the end of the race. So he's clear of penalties again. The one in danger, however, Sergeant Potato, it might only be 3 seconds, but that's going to hurt him if he can't gap 4th down. But something to mention, Cool Boy. We did say that he had a poor first stint. Look at him now. He's up into P5. So that's what happens if you stay in the race, but it's a little bit chaotic. You stay in the race, you find your rhythm again, and he's currently running in the top 5, and he's actually the leading Red Bull as well. So really good job. Cool Boy could have chucked it in retired in the pits, but he's out there and he's actually in a top 5 position at the moment, and he's got medium runners behind him, but those won't be the freshest tyres now, so we'll see if Cool Boy can hold on, but they're good recovery from him.
Yeah, and I think safety car will be in this lap, so we'll be running about 6-7 laps of this race.
Yeah, exactly.
Can Gordo get a move on Bopton, or will his tyres just not hold on that long?
Yeah, and the interesting is, Cool Boy's got 8 lap old medium runners behind him. Gordo's mediums are 14 laps. They surely won't be the best in terms of tyre life.
Yeah, you're dead, Ryan. Don't count on those 8 lap mediums. They'll be looking to get through.
Sorry, just something to look at. I've just looked at Bompton's race director. He's on 2 warnings as well. So he's
Gordo.
Yeah, Gordo's got 1. So we're not sure if that is collision or not. I'll have another quick look. Bompton has exceeding track limits and exceeding track limits. So yeah, Bompton's 1 warning away from a 3-second penalty.
Yep, as safety car is coming in this lap.
So Gordo may not realise that, but Gordo, if he can chuck a bit of pressure on Bonton on this restart, if he gets him a 3-second time penalty, Gordo may not have to pass the Aston Martin to score this victory.
Yeah, I mean, you better hope he listens to the stream, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, or have someone that actually does engineering, but Bompton, when he's gone, he's gone early.
Very early, he's put out a gap already, nearly a second.
It's definitely worked for him. He's got the second, so maybe the medium tyre, even technically being the softer tyre, just the more wear, just struggled out of that final corner. As you've got a few battles at the back. Yeah, a few battles at the back. He's closed that gap by half, so he's got a nice exit through turn 2 as Burke got past Shadow. So he's up into 13th. Oh, and then that's Ads. He's in the wall. Turn 3 yet again. 3rd driver tonight that we've seen in that wall. So he did hit the wall and he has got a little bit of wing damage. So he'll be into the pits to box for another front wing. So he may go for fastest lap.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do box, you're still staying in 50, which is still a point. So I think we need that point after last week.
Yeah, exactly. Cool Boy currently holding P5. He's done a good job. He's holding the medium runners behind him.
He does have both the Alpha Tauris that are stalking him right now. One in that P5.
But Cool Boy, he's currently up 11 positions from his race start, and we've seen him hit the wall a couple of times and have multiple spins, but if he can hold on to this P5, it'll be an awesome result for him as well. Doesn't quite have the pace as the top running guys, I think Cool Boy... Oh, he looked like he had a bit of a moment, but Gilcat and Tetris thinking about it, but this pack's very close. Chriso, Orverk, and Deadly Fuller. Bit of a mess at the back. Verk's got Chriso on those soft tyres, so Verk into the 10 now.
And on a mission Verk is at the moment.
Exactly, and he's got Izzy Bro, the guy that we were thinking those two were in the fight for the lead, but they're only in the fight for P9 now. And I don't think Verk will make this move too hard, being that he's on a lot fresher tyres and on the soft compound tyres. Cool Boy, I think this is going to be the battle to watch at the end, because I think Bompton, he's comfortable at the lead. Gordo's, I think his tyres are gone now.
Yeah, I think you did right.
And just having a look at the pack that's behind Cool Boy at the moment. He's got just over 5 laps to hold these guys off. But DRS will get enabled, I believe, this lap. It is. So Cool Boy, unfortunately, he's got no DRS more to burn. He's down to 10%. But look at the trainer cars, Verk. Thinking maybe about... he definitely got a better exit than Izzy Bro. Verk side by side going into turn 2. Easy Bro leaving him enough room. Will he have the traction on the new tyres to get through? Verk still holds it side by side. They're still side by side. Will either driver give up? Turn 3 on, there's contact.
Verk is around.
I think Easy Bro. Oh, and that's... Oh, I don't know how the cars behind got through that, but that might have been a dangerous spin. But Verk at the back. So, yeah... Obviously, Easy Bro having the racing line through there, Verk up the inside. Did he have his nose up enough to be allowed more room? Not sure, but just a slight tag. So Verk's down the back. But we'll quickly switch back up to P5. Cool Boy. Still got the train behind him.
DRS's lap as well. Oh, there's a bit of a snap. Different with the exit he wants into the second last corner.
Yeah. Gilcat's got 80%, so he's going to burn surely completely down this straight.
Yeah,
and he'll see.
Blinking.
Yeah, he'll see Cool Boy flashing. Oh, a bit of weaving, so it's not exactly the best from Cool Boy's point of view. But he's got in an AlphaTauri sandwich. Can he get the better exit he can? Definitely a bit of a no-no with the weaving.
Yeah.
Oh, and the two AlphaTauris, and I think the Blue Dog hit the back of Tetris there.
Yeah, he's got Easy Bro behind him as well.
Yeah, and Izzy Bro will be fuming after his spin earlier on, so and we saw tough racing with Verk this time last lap.
Yeah, Tetris been telling Kate, get a move on. We got to get this P5.
Exactly, we might see, I'd say team orders, but there's no way that they can simply do it without giving up a place earlier on. Like, they give up a place, Blue Dog's going to be right there, so they can't do it. So Gilcat's going to have to get the move done on his own. But Cool Boy just got to be a little bit careful with the weaving down the straight. Oh, Gilcat has a bit of a moment. 3-second time penalty for his teammate behind. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. That's Blue Dog making his way through, forcing his way through. Still side by side. Tetris has the inside line, but can Blue Dog get the better exit? We may see a couple of moves down the straight. Neither AlphaTauri. Oh, Cool Boy had a moment.
Oh wow.
Can Tetris.
Sorry to cut you off a little bit, but Gordo only 4 tenths behind Bopton now. Maybe his Bopton had a moment somewhere. He's very, very close to the back of the leader right now.
Yeah, exactly. Just quickly going back, I think Tetris had a bit of a moment, so he's back down in 12th. I think he was the one that caused the yellow flag. So, but yeah, definitely got to keep an eye on Gordo. Ads does set the fastest lap. Oh, a massive moment for Gordo coming out of turn 10. Just saw the wiggle that his car had, and he just lost about 0.3 of a second. Very lucky to actually keep it on track. That's how big of a moment that he had. So he won't be in any range to get Bompton down this straight. He'll still get DRS. Will he get DRS? He does. He just gets it. Opens the door back up to Sergeant Potato, but back to this battle for P5. Cool Boy doing a nice job to get an exit out of turn 14, the final corner. But he's blinking all the time. But Gilcat's, he's nearly used all that ERS that he built up as Nadabian's gone around at the final corner. Gilcat goes for a massive dive bomb and goes way too wide. So Cool Boy will hold the position back, and Gilcat in danger of actually losing a spot to Blue Dog. Oh, side by side. Blue Dog nearly touched, but Blue Dog holds the position. He's up into P6 now. Gilcat's lost it to 7, so both AlphaTauris right behind Cool Boy. They're now no longer anywhere near him. Oh, and Gil's had a spin.
Got around. Wow.
Oh, so both AlphaTauris got to be careful not to hit the teammate with the rejoin. They're there, but AlphaTauri looking so good in this race, but Tetris is now the highest car in P9. So now Blue Dog, what can he do against Cool Boy in P5? As the gap's at the front, over a second now. So I think with only just over a lap to go, I think Bompton just needs to keep it on track. This is technically the final time we'll get DRS. So Blue Dog.
And another moment from Coolboy into that second to last corner.
Yeah, this is Blue Dog's last chance to get a top 5 here. DRS, but neither drive got ERS. What does Coolboy do?
Coolboy's weaving. It's not really allowed.
But he does go the outside line. Blue Dog up the inside. Still side by side. Can Coolboy have the exit? They're still side by side. A little bit of contact. Oh, a little bit more contact. Coolboy on the inside now, but that will have Blue Dog the inside for the next corner. Oh, a little bit more contact. Front to rear. But nice move from Blue Dog. Took him a couple of corners. Oh no, Blue Dog spun it. And he's in the wall. He's lost his front wing as well. I'd say brilliant battle, but then he just lost it out of 4. So Coolboy still holds P5, and he's got his teammate right behind him. So do we see team orders with Izzy Bro being in this championship fight?
Seems like anyone that tries to overtake Coolboy just dies, so...
Yeah, exactly, and it wasn't exactly... it's never been contact with Coolboy either. It's just they've had moments on their own, but switching to the front, Bompton, he's about to cross the line, and he's going to get his first victory of the season, I believe, but Bompton, he wins. So he holds off Gordo, and then Sergeant Potato currently P3, but I think he's got the 3-second gap that he needs. So Richo, P4, Coolboy, he's got both Red Bulls. Do they allow side by side? No, they don't. So Izzy Bro, P7, Christo, P6. Tetris finishes P10 with the penalty. Burke and Deadly Fuller jump him. So what could have been for AlphaTauri that race, Tetris and Cat, 10th and 14th, but Bompton, he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, just a good performance from Bompton, I'd say. Just kept it out of the wall, didn't get any penalties. Just raced how he needed to race, really. Can't really
definitely. And that's what you need to do around here. So, as I said, door opened up for him when, as I think Ads had a spin the last corner. He's just doing donuts. Awarded, I think he's still got fastest lap. I'll have a look. Yes, he does. He has fastest lap, so he'll get an extra point. Has to be a little bit careful because if he gets disqualified or DNFs, he won't get any points. So just have to be a little bit careful. He does eventually cross the line now. But yeah, that was a nice job from Bompton in that race. Once Izzy Bro, he had it covered. Gordo looked dangerous in those last few laps. Coolboy gets the games driver of the day. Be hard to probably fault him. I'd probably give him driver of the day as well with the fight back that he did. Couple of little things maybe towards the end that maybe frowned upon a little bit, but overall, I think the determination to come back and fight through, and he's rewarded with the top 5 at the moment. As we see top 3 on stage, Aston Martin picking up the victory in Hungary. So, results on screen. Bompton, he's your winner in Hungary. Gordo, you thought he was dangerous, just couldn't quite get the job done on the old mediums, but he gets P2. Sergeant Potato, he rounds out the podium, manages to hold on even with that 3-second time penalty. Richo P4, Coolboy, as we said, P5. Christo in P6, Izzy Bro, unfortunately spinning while leading. He ends up P7, Burke P8, Deadly Fuller 9th, and Tetris rounds out the 10. And then we've got Shadow, Blue Dog, Nada Bien, and Gilcat, and Ads, our final runners. And then we had 4 DNFs, Ratbag, Bloody Who Cares, PMAC, and Sandro, all your non-finished. Exciting race to watch, especially with Hungary. Probably a little bit of chaos. But as I said, I think overall, and I think top 3 in this race deserved their spot on the podium.
Who are we waiting for? You got everyone? No, just waiting for got a second. Gordo.
Gordo.
Gordo. Yeah, sorry.
That's right. I'll just make sure Gordo's in here. He should be. I'm pretty sure we interviewed him round 1, actually. So as we wait for him to come in, we might actually start with our third place getter, Sergeant Potato. Looking good tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Definitely in the top 3. Those penalties that you had at the end, luckily enough, didn't cost you anything, but sort of realised that the top 2 probably not quite there unless they got a penalty. But how was your race, you felt, overall?
Well, coming into this race, I actually hadn't touched this track for about 5 months, so I was a bit worried, but throughout quali, I kind of learnt the track again. So the race, I could see that the 2 ahead were a bit faster than me, so I tried to challenge them at the start, but realised my tyres didn't have the life in them, and then when I got the penalty, I just settled for third, trying to get ahead of, I think it was Christo was behind me in fourth. So overall, it was just a pretty calm race.
Yeah, exactly. And I said I don't think there was much that you could fault. And then obviously with the guys around you sort of having incidents on their own, you did a really good job of keeping it clean. And as I said, there's probably not much more that we can sort of say unless Blue has anything that he sort of noticed.
Well, normally it's Potato doing the interviews on me, but seems like it's me doing the interviews on him this time. So great race,
yeah.
bro. Obviously, you just kind of lurked in your own kind of little race between the middle part of the race, but seemed to get into it back at the end. But obviously with the 3 second, you couldn't really do much to the guys in front. But yeah, good race. Congrats on the P3.
Thank you. Nice one.
All right, so P2, we got Gordo. Gordo, brilliant job from you. P2, obviously the heartbreak, I'd say, with the disconnect of the wheel last week. You're in a good shout for a good result there, but you've come back, went the alternate strategy, and it did seem to work at the end, but obviously those mediums just probably didn't quite have enough in them to probably challenge Bompton for the win. But I think overall, yeah, still, I'd imagine you'd still be ecstatic for P2.
Yeah, I'm a bit bummed after that, but yeah, I think some of the hard runners got a little bit lucky with that safety car being on lap 13, but the mediums weren't too bad, stretching them in the end. But yeah, as you said last week, I were disconnecting, so it's good to get some points back on Izzy Bro and Verks, but yeah. Congrats to Bopton and Sergeant Potato as well. I'm sure Potato would have been challenging me a lot more there at the end if he didn't have that penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that was what I was going to mention to you, obviously, because you missed a week and then the DNF last week. Got a bit of a gap to the front, but Izzy, Brian Burke, and I'd say Blue Dog as well, the top 3, sort of not having their way tonight. You'll be able to actually get closer to them, which is a good thing for you. Still, obviously, early on in this season, but definitely a help towards your championship at the moment.
Yeah, not too happy about Blue Dog. I'd rather him have the points because he's my teammate. But yeah, for the other 2, yeah, good that I could get some points back.
Yeah, exactly. Blues, anything for our second place getter tonight?
No, not really. Just a good race and giving me ideas for tonight. See what I can get away with on the mediums.
Yeah. All right.
No, good
Cheers,
race, bro.
lads.
Congrats on the P2.
Yeah, thanks.
And our race winner, Bompton. Definitely a tough fight between you and Izzy earlier on, and then I think what were you thinking when you saw Izzy Bro having his spin? You thought daylight in front of you. You thought this is my chance for the victory.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously Izzy passed me. I think it was lap 5 or something, and I was just stuck behind him pretty much the whole race. So I kind of had to was trying to figure out where and when I could get past him. But yeah, like you said, he managed to spin himself, so it made my job easy. And once that happened, I kind of just had to focus on having consistent laps to keep the gaps at bay and hold off out of the DRS zone. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Blues, anything for our race winner?
No, not really. Just a great drive, to be honest. And congrats on your P1. And is it championship leader or very close to the championship leader now, since Izzy Bro had a bit of a down race?
Currently, there was a 23-point gap beforehand, so we'll definitely close that up. I will ask you one thing, Bompton. Any thought of making that pit stop with 9 to go under that last safety car?
I did think about it, but at the end of the day, track position is key here at Hungary, so I didn't want to risk me being out in front and then having to battle through cars to be on a quicker tyres. And I knew my hards had heaps of life left, and there's not very much of a difference in lap times between the mids and hards here. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again,
Great race.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations on your win, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, cheers, lads. See you next week.
All right. I'll actually let you take us out, Blues. Obviously, you've got your race tonight, Tier 2. Hopefully it goes a little bit better for you than after leaving the Combox last week, but sort of how are you feeling around this track yourself?
I mean, not too bad. Done a little bit of practice, done a little bit of TT, done some practice sessions with some of the boys. I feel alright. Definitely hoping for a lot better than last week, but yeah, seems like I just got to keep it on the track, and things will fall into my lap. Just looking at the Tier 4 and Tier 3 race.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for having me with you. Obviously, a little bit of technical difficulties earlier on, so we missed about the first half, but yeah, managed to solve it in the end, and yeah, Blue's showing you all the footage.
Yep, cheers boys, and we'll see you guys later for Tier 2 tonight. Cheers, see ya.